I hope you've had a fantastic lunch, some engaging workshops. You've done a lot of talking to people, met some new people, had conversations with people you already know. That would be great. So first up on the final kind of stint till we finish our conference is someone I've known for a really long time, actually. It's quite scary. And he's going to talk to us about the Rugby League World Cup. Now, he's been there and done it, and I'm back again to do it with Venom. But what's really exciting is they're doing it in a totally different way. So I think that whole notion of learn from what works, innovate, change, evolve, is fascinating. I think it will come to life in this case study from Jon. So please welcome Jon Dutton, who's CEO of the Rugby League World Cup.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. Good afternoon. I am going to try and be ambitious. I have 14 slides, 2 quizzes and 2 videos, and I'm going to stick to 20 minutes, so let's see how we get on. As Yvonne has said, the Rugby League World Cup in 2021, I describe it as the single biggest project the sport's attempted in its 123-year history. Let's have a look at our vision and what we're trying to achieve.
One game
together.
Bold. Inspired. Proud. Spectacular. Exciting.
Diverse.
Inclusive.
World class.
One game.
Together.
The Rugby League World Cup.
2021.
Okay, we even arranged some ticker tape there, Martin, for you in the middle of that. Okay, so quick bit of fun and question. When was the Rugby League World Cup first played for? If you get your little handsets out, it worked very well this morning. Option 1, 1954. Option 2, 1964. Option 3, 1974. OK, so hopefully if everyone has voted, we should get the poll in front of us anytime soon. This is just adding to my challenge of keeping to time. Right, OK. Wow. Wow, that's... Maybe we need to do some more education on the Rugby League World Cup. The correct answer is the majority is 1954. The Rugby League World Cup, congratulations to the 35%. It's the second oldest sporting World Cup after the FIFA Football World Cup. So in terms of our journey, it began almost 5 years ago. The Rugby League World Cup final was played between Australia and New Zealand at Old Trafford. It was a world record attendance. 74,000 people watched the game. I think 73,000 people were expecting to see England in the final. They unfortunately didn't get there. But we reflected afterwards. Almost 500,000 spectators enjoyed the tournament in 2013. We ran it on a shoestring budget with a very small team. And we began some discussions with Treasury way back in November 2015 about bidding for the 2021 event. And as Yvonne has alluded to, we were only prepared to bid if we could do it differently. We went to government, we went to Treasury, to George Osborne to talk about Northern Powerhouse and the part that Rugby League could play in that. And to cut a long story short, we were successful with a funding bid. We then had to win the bid to stage the tournament, and we submitted that in June 2016. The week of the EU referendum, David Cameron, as our bid sponsor, and George Osborne as our wrote the forward to the bid. So, of course, the world changed forever. Fortunately, our funding and commitment from government hasn't. But what that's meant is 80% of our tournament will be played in the Northern Powerhouse. We've set up a special purpose vehicle, and today, 1,060 days to go. Most importantly, 3 years to the day to the World Cup final and 1 year till we complete the draw. We believe we've got the perfect opportunity in 2021. If you look at the calendar of mega sporting events, we have fallen quite lucky, and that was part of our discussion with government about 21 being the perfect year. We will be the world's biggest sporting team tournament in 2021. We have a strategy that very simply fits on one page. The vision to be the biggest and best ever World Cup, and to quantify that, we need to move the dial from approximately 500,000 spectators to 750,000 spectators to achieve success in 2021. Our mission is built around inspiration. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. We have 4 key pillars to deliver a world-class customer experience. To be innovative, one of the things we've already decided to do is to stage the first ever eSports Rugby League World Cup. We will deliver it well, and it will be more ambitious, more assured, simply more than ever before. Our 5 strategic goals are to be the most attended, 750,000 tickets to be sold, and most viewed World Cup ever. We aspire that anyone, anywhere in the world can watch the tournament. We've signed an agreement with the BBC, who will be a host broadcast partner, and they will cover every one of the 64 games live to a domestic audience. We need to deliver a profitable tournament. My job actually is to deliver just £1 of profit, is to break even. And the reason that's in there is to just remind us of the risk we're undertaking with this significant project. The sport, the RFL, are the underwriters, and quite simply, we cannot afford to fail. Legacy, I'm going to touch on, and that's what the majority of my presentation is about. Profile and visibility is about reach for not just Rugby League, but for the tournament. And to be the most digitally connected entertainment event of 21, wow, what a statement. We have to be an entertainment event. We are bigger than a Rugby League tournament. And digital connection, that's how we will grow our audience and how we will communicate with people, and also give them that world-class fan experience at the games. We have 4 values: to be bold and brave. I think we've pretty much done that so far, and we'll continue to push the boundary to be a disruptor. We'll be world class. We are the world's biggest sporting team tournament in 2021, and we must behave like that. We also want to be authentic. When I stand up here and say we are going to do this, we will get on and we will deliver it. And most importantly for me, we will be fully inclusive. For the first time ever, we'll stage the men's tournament, the wheelchair tournament, and the women's tournament all together on the same platform. 64 games over 5 weeks, every athlete on the same platform, given that wonderful exposure by the BBC. But most importantly, our transformative impact is wider than just economic. Of course, we will deliver an economic benefit in the towns, cities, and across England, but we will deliver social benefit, making a positive impact on people's lives. We'll also deliver civic pride and place. And in my many conversations with people like Martin, chief executives of local authorities who we've been talking to through the bid process, civic pride has absolutely shone through. Our legacy programme is called Inspiration All. 3 strands. The first strand is Empowered By, which is a volunteering project. We want to recruit, we want to train and deploy our workforce of around 2,000 people from our local communities, give them a great time and hope they stay with the sport thereafter. The middle strand of our legacy programme is called Inspired By, and our legacy programme isn't per se designed to increase the number of people playing the sport. Wouldn't that be a wonderful outcome? This is about engagement, and it's about inspiration and back to making a positive impact on people's lives. We'll have a choir programme, including a global virtual choir. We'll have a culture programme. We're about to commission a play. We'll have a dance programme teaching children and adults to dance, and that will manifest itself on match day. We'll commission a children's author to write a book with a comprehensive literacy programme, and we'll have an education programme delivered primarily in primary schools. We have a public health programme. We've partnered with Public Health England to deliver a mental health, dementia and loneliness project. We are not health practitioners, We won't deliver anything new. We will partner with successful people who are doing great things. We'll bring our IP, our dynamism and our energy. We'll have a heritage programme. We will celebrate the sport being 123 years old and the World Cup first played for in 1954. And unfortunately, I've not got enough time to tell you about its wonderful history, but if you do look on our website, you'll see a very interesting story about the trophy itself. We'll have a mascot campaign, a trophy tour, and also an international development programme. We've partnered with the Department for Investment and Trade, or International Trade, sorry, looking at trade in particular across 16 nations. We've started in the Netherlands, we've been to Papua New Guinea, next year we go to Africa, taking the trophy, delivering a workshop, and also delivering a community event in the British Embassy, and we think that's pretty powerful. But also, we have, as part of our government settlement, some funding that the sport has never had before, £10 million of new money that will invest into community rugby league facilities. And it looks like this. First of all, it is a true partnership between the Rugby Football League, the World Cup, Sport England and DCMS. It has 4 objectives. First of all, to encourage positive, inclusive environments to get people from different backgrounds enjoying the sport. To invest into both small and large grants. We have a small grants pot that will establish new teams through kit and equipment, a big grants pot which will deliver transformational projects mainly centred around new clubhouses and 3G pitches. We'll also recognise the role of rugby league in local communities, back to civic pride. And we'll ensure that the legacy is long-lasting. So when challenged after the tournament, what's the legacy? We can point to something physical and tangible. OK, I dare do another quiz. Here we go. So, last question from me, and a little bit more serious than the first one. What do you think is the most important part of a mega sporting event legacy? Do you think it's economic? The dynamic between investment and return, social, making a positive impact on people's lives, or sporting, getting more people participating in the sport? Please vote. Okay, let's see. Okay, 78% social. I don't think there's a right answer to this, but all of our efforts will be targeted around social benefit, making a positive impact on people's lives. We will create an economic benefit, we will create a sporting benefit, hopefully, but this is a very different legacy programme and something we are incredibly privileged to undertake. So my final bit of hopefully innovation, also inspiration, is to leave you with the thoughts of our wheelchair ambassador. If you do one thing tonight, other than looking up the history of the Rugby League World Cup trophy, please have a look at Wheelchair Rugby League. If you've never seen it, it is a quite incredible game. This is James, he is our wheelchair ambassador.
I'm James Simpson, a brother, a crawler, a giant, a driver, a swimmer, a fairground winner. I'm James Simpson, the chef, the sportsman, the army believer, a dog tag wearing military dreamer. I'm James Simpson, Lance Corporal in the 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment. It took hard work, dedication, determination, will, pride, family. Big guns, bullets, comrades, camouflage, luck. Afghanistan, 2009, a standard patrol. I triggered an IED. Now I'm James Simpson, double leg amputee. It's life changed, it's not life ended. That's the way I've been raised. Get up, get going, be strong. Push, scrap, stay positive. I fought for my life, I fought for my country, and I still am. Don't give in. No excuses. I'm not interested in fatigue. I'm James Simpson. England. Wheelchair Rugby League.